I will call the roll. Trustee Gus?
Here.
Trustee Miller?
Here.
Trustee Jensen?
Here.
Trustee Wynn?
Here.
Trustee Siddick?
Here.
Trustee Wells is not present at the meeting, although I do have him on speakerphone, and we will get to that issue in just a moment. We need a motion to appoint a clerk for recording secretary for the meeting, and I would make a motion that our village administrator, Mark Huber, would take those tasks. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Mark.
Sir.
All right. If you would all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What's that? Yeah. Okay, now we have to, our village ordinance and the state statutes do allow a trustee to attend telephonically or via video conference under certain exceptions, one of which is physical health. And Trustee Wells is been unable to attend, as you know, the last 7 meetings, dealing with some physical issues. And so we've set up the ability for him to attend telephonically. We need a motion to permit him to participate in that form.
Oh, happily. I'll second it.
I'll
second that motion, or I will offer that motion so that he can second it.
There you go. We have a second by Trustee Gus. Roll call, please.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wynn.
Motion carries. Welcome, Larry. Can you hear us okay? Yes, I can. Okay. Thank you. And we can hear you.
You're looking good tonight, Larry.
That's the best you've looked in weeks. Okay. First up, we have public comment on agenda items. This is the first of 2 opportunities for public to address the board. This one pertains only to agenda items, and later in the agenda, towards the end, we have a public comment for any and all topics. So if anyone would wish to address the board tonight about any of the items on the agenda, now would be the time. All we ask is you come to the podium, give us your name, and state your case. Otherwise, opportunity again at the end of the agenda. Okay, no one for the agenda items. We will move on then to the consent agenda, which tonight includes the following items. Approval of the village board regular meeting minutes from September 11th. Bills presented for payment in the amount of $119,528.05. The August 2025 Finance Report and Community Development Report. Is there anything that the board would have us consider separately? Hearing nothing, do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion by Trustee Gust,
Second.
second by Trustee Miller. Discussion. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Miller.
Abstain.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Abstain.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wynn.
Aye.
Trustee Bill.
Aye.
Motion carries. Reminder to the clerk/administrator to please turn on his microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know you're in uncharted waters here, so.
Let's not frequently visited, let's put it that way.
That's the spirit. Under the mayor's report, I'll just, for the information for the board and those that might be hearing this, I did have a meeting today with the president of the Waukegan Park Board, George Bridges Jr. We had a very frank and open conversation about the situation over at the sports park and the traffic and noise and all the other concerns on the beach road. It was a productive dialogue, although, neither of us were in a position to represent anything as an absolute one way or the other. We opened some doors. I think we have made it clear that Beach Park is willing to consider any and all thoughts and ideas that the park board might have to improve the situation over there. And if they're inclined, that we would be happy to present our ideas and the like. So it's the beginning of a dialogue. It's going to be a process like everything else, but it was encouraging. He did take time out of his day to come meet with me here, and again, it was a very productive conversation, and I have more to come. So next we move to reports from trustees. First up, Trustee Jensen.
Thank you. Well, first off, I'd like to express my appreciation for that olive branch or stick or whatever it is you offer. Generally, I would announce the date of our next meeting. However, there's a pretty strong chance that we won't need to have a meeting in October. It was slated for 21st, I believe. Should the need arise, we will schedule a special meeting. I'm seeing the shaking of the head over there. Okay, thank you. I have one official item. The bulk of tonight's meeting, 20-some pages, and that is the annual audit. I'll read the official recommendation here. Staff and Finance Committee recommend acceptance of the annual comprehensive financial report and audit for fiscal year 2025. We reviewed this in Finance Committee and we're quite satisfied with it. It's, as always, we're in the black, thanks to the efforts of our staff and just a lesser degree to our board. And so there is the recommendation.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
We have a second by Trustee Gust. Discussion.
Just wanted to read the last sentence of the letter from the auditors where they say, "We commend the finance department for the well-prepared audit package and appreciate the courtesy and assistance given to us by the entire village staff." I concur. Thank you guys, especially Peggy, for all your efforts and everybody else who contributed. We do tend to, I'll speak for myself, kind of take it for granted because it's never been a big deal, a big problem, as very easily it could be all of a sudden. But that's not due to anybody else except our gatekeepers over there. So thank you.
I'll take that to the next level. In their memo, the highlights of the audit, and they discuss, all the numerical pluses, which they're all positive, expenses low, revenues at or above budget, et cetera. That the management letter did not include any internal control deficiencies or findings from our testing. We have no recommendations for the current year. There are 2 upcoming GASB pronouncements noted that we'll work with finance to implement if necessary. And then the final one there says, the village was very well prepared for this audit, as the departments has historically been, and was able to answer all questions promptly and completely. We truly appreciate the hard work put in throughout the year to make this audit smooth. So, yeah, we're paying them, but these are people that do this for a living, and I guarantee that they don't have comments like that on every audit that they do. I'll take it a step further. When I talk to other mayors and administrators through my travels, and they want to know what is, what's good in Beach Park, what do you guys do? And I said, well, I'll tell you one thing that I will put up against almost any community out there. May not be in total dollars, but it'll be in, if you look at percentages in that, how responsibly our board and staff have budgeted year over year for the entire time that I've been around, which is since 1989 in one form or another, that we have come to expect things like this, that we don't have struggles with budget shortfalls, revenue shortfalls, or over expenditures, or demands to do things that we don't have the budget to do, but also that we have a staff that gets it and that repeats it. There's a direction that the board set years ago that has been carried forward. And so when people want to know, what are our struggles? It's not budgetary struggles. It's not pension shortfalls. It's not all the things that I hear everybody else talking about. And I'm so grateful for that. So to Peggy, to Mark, to Nimrod, Pat, all of you, and those that work with you to make this happen, I'm extremely.
I echo that same sentiment. We don't know how lucky we are as a board to have inherited that ethos from our predecessors and the conservative approach to finance. How many boards are struggling meeting after meeting to pay bills, to issue tax anticipation warrants and all that kind of stuff, that phony budgeting to try and make payroll and pay the bills. We've never had to face that, and hopefully never will.
Right.
The one caveat in there was our reliance on our friends in Springfield to share funds, and you never know what silliness might come out of that place. That's the only thing that worries me is who knows what they might come up with as far as restricting the shared income that we're entitled to at present. But we saw that restricted under the most recent Republican administration down there.
Yep.
So you never know.
And it's incumbent on us to watch that, to be aware of it, and to react to it if it starts being talked about again.
Well, and to maintain healthy balances. People, we've been, many years ago, a candidate running for office here criticized our excessive fund balances. And you need it. You need that rainy day fund.
You also need a vehicle replacement fund, which we initiated to have the dollars there to buy that new truck when it's time, instead of go out and borrow money or bond it or whatever to try to find a way, or worse, suffer through old equipment and all the problems that come with that. And same thing with creating our water and sewer funds for the inevitability of an aging system and the necessary sewer lining and water main replacements that will come. And it's way better to be in this position than to be trying to figure out on a snowy winter day, you only got $500,000 worth of sewer to replace because you didn't have the money to do it when you needed to. So, all right, we have a motion on the floor. Any other discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Wells. Aye. Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Nguyen.
Aye.
Trustee Gust.
Aye.
And Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have tonight, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Parks and Recreation Committee, Trustee Gust.
Just one item tonight. We want to set the hours for in October, our trick or treat days. So I'm going to make a motion to designate October 26th, Sunday, from 2 to 5 p.m. for trick or treat day in the Village of Beach Park.
I'll second that. But I need to know what color your hair is going to be.
What would you like at this time?
I think orange you do for St. Patrick's Day. Maybe striped. I don't know.
I could do that too.
I will say that the staff in doing their research, Zion and Waukee are both using that same day and same hours. It's tough because it's 5 days before the actual Halloween, but from a safety point of view and family time point of view, hopefully that'll be a better time for everybody. So
If you choose another day, then our kids can trick or treat in Beach Park and then Zion and then.
there you go.
Oh,
There you go. All right. Any other discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. And thank you, Larry. I have to tell you, it's kind of strange hearing your voice pop out of this box in front of you. I'm working at it. All right. Anything?
my report.
Thank you. Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee, I don't see anything on the agenda. Larry, is there anything that you want to portray for the board?
Just wanted to start to give an update on the restaurant thing. Put the one in the children.
I'm sorry, the what?
Just wanted to start to give an update on the restaurant coming. If they were going to the restaurant in children.
Oh, the restaurant on Sheridan.
Yes, all right, so I did receive a text from the property owner actually earlier this week. They were getting ready to start painting on the inside apparently, so the drywall's up. They're going to start the hood work here shortly for the restaurant, the cooking area. It's outside, they've got their parking all oriented properly now, so they've done their cuts and pours of concrete. They need to get the landscaping to go back in. There is a touch of gravel on the east side of the property that needs to be removed and replaced by some landscaping, and they anticipate doing that in the next 2 weeks as well. So last finishing steps at this point. I don't know exactly when that end date is. I know they were trying to be open by this point already. Things didn't work out as soon as they would have liked to see that all completed, but I could definitely next meeting provide you a more definitive date.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
Nothing else, but,
All right, thank you, sir. Moving on, Public Relations, Intergovernment Committee, Trustee Quinn.
Well, good evening. Just a couple quick things. We just started into autumn, and I wanted to bring up a couple things of note. Now, there are tons of events in the area, different farmers markets and such, but Illinois Beach State Park has the Autumn Guided Nature Walks. These are happening Saturday in October, and 10:30 at the Parks Nature Center. Free event, no registrations required. And they do have mobility-friendly tours and weekday walks by just calling the center there. So if you're into nature, this is a great time of year to be out there. And if you want something with a few more thrills, Fright Fest at Six Flags Great America starts tomorrow, weekends through November 2nd. So lots of things for everybody out there.
Good.
And that's all I've got.
Thank you. Next up, Public Safety, Trustee Siddick.
Thank you. I don't have too much. The Sheriff's Department is not here.
Nope.
Nothing from the Fire Department. Nothing.
Couple things from the fire department, couple updates. Again, the bike path, the cleanup is October 4th. We do from York House up to Beach, and we will meet at Station 1 at 8:30. And we have vehicles that get you out there to your area where you would be cleaning up. We did take delivery of our 2 new ambulances. They are in the process of being stocked and waiting for the state inspection so we can start using them. But they are in the station and the employees are working on them to get them functional. And thirdly, we did also take delivery of the watercraft for water rescues out on Lake Michigan, and training is ongoing with that. So things are happening and happening in a good way.
I love it.
I have a question. So you got 2 new ambulances. Are the old ones going away, or is this an additional 2?
No, we traded those in for like I said, it took 3 years for us to get delivery of these 2. So we anticipated it would take 2 years to get the new ambulances, and it took 3. So the other ones are ready to be retired, and we traded them.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Public Works Committee, Trustee Miller.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. We're going to buy something not very glamorous, but something very necessary. It's a hydraulic pump. And a little background on this. This is a replacement pump that's needed for the Cambridge nursery parcel. It's their pump station. The existing pump failed and was not repairable. Good news is this was a budgeted item. And on page 46 of your packet, you'll see there's a copy of the quote from Metropolitan Pump. And they are the outfit that we're going to go with. They have the pump and other necessary components to support said operation of the pump. Public Works Committee reviewed this item at our meeting on September 9th, and all were in favor of recommending this to the board approval tonight. So this is an impact to our budget of $16,738, and the money will come out of the water and sewer capital. Some good news is that it was budgeted for replacement at $25,000, so this comes in under budget. And with that, I make a motion to adopt the resolution authorizing approval to purchase a hydromatic pump from Metropolitan Pump Company in the amount of $16,738.
I will second it.
A motion by trustee Miller and a second by trustee Gust. Any discussion? All right, it's not glamorous, but I guarantee that when the one that's running fails, it will be very, very exciting.
Pretty good, this is a lot of people.
All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wynn.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen. Aye. Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And that's my report, thank you.
Thank you. All right, the TIF committee did not meet, so I have nothing to report there. On the staff reports, looks like we've got a couple of real estate transactions to address. And so I guess I'll ask our clerk / administrator, or I'm sorry, Nimrod.
Yeah, Nimrod's been sending this, sir. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, so tonight we actually, if I can, items A and B under 6 and C and D kind of paired together. What we have is some properties in town that the village has held for quite a few years. So the first one being a parcel of land over on Lewis Avenue, where there was a derelict house that the village actually wanted to see demolished. Back in 2017, we acquired that property, did the demo, and had held the lot for quite some time now. There's an existing detached garage that still stands on the property. More recently, we were able to acquire an adjacent sliver parcel directly in front of it, which actually separated this parcel from the roadway through the Lake County Green Book. And so as such, the paired parcels now are a complete developable lot. We had been approached by the neighbor, Mr. Ryan Jones, inquiring about this. As such, we went forth with a notification proceeding as according to state statute to advertise this for bid. We ultimately did end up receiving one bid from Mr. Jones. The original appraisal on the property did come in at about $30,000. The state statute requires that a bid received has to be no less than 80% of said appraisal. The bid that came in was for $24,001, which is $1 more than 80%. So this bid does qualify. I know this has been a property we've spent a lot of time and money maintaining, or at least the neighbor has maintained, I think I should say, for a while on that too. So what we're asking for tonight is to declare this property as surplus formally and allow for a sale of the property. So there's an ordinance and a resolution drafted accordingly. And just for the record, the address on this property is 38887 and 38891 Lewis Avenue.
Okay. Did you want to go ahead and introduce the next item as well, and then we'll just take these, I can lead us through.
Definitely.
Resolutions and motions.
Makes sense. All right, so the next one is another property that we did acquire through the Lake County Green Book. And again, I apologize if you're not familiar with what the Green Book is. Essentially, these are tax delinquent parcels that the county has taken back, and then they're offered up to any adjacent property owner or municipality or whomever might be interested in acquiring them. So this is one that the village didn't, in fact, acquire back in 2013, along with a couple partnering parcels to the north. Prior to that time, there was a slight encroachment on the property, and it just so happens to be that the adjacent property owner to the south had interest in the property once we communicated with them about the encroachment. So we went through a similar process, did the public notification as required, subsequently did receive a bid from Steve and Georgiana Hoenick for the full amount of the appraisal, which was a whopping $800. Again, this is functionally not a usable lot. It's bisected by a portion of the Bill Creek, a tributary. So at this point, we would just, again, simply ask to move forward with both the ordinance declaring this a surplus and a resolution to move forward on the purchase contract.
Thank you very much. All right. So, what we're looking for first is a motion to approve an ordinance declaring surplus real estate and authorize the disposal of said surplus real estate on Lewis Avenue at, make sure I'm doing this right, 38887 and 38891. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, North Lewis Avenue. Do we have a motion to approve?
Right, second.
Motion by trustee Miller, second by trustee Gust. Discussion. This is a parcel that, as he said, we ended up with after doing a demolition on a house that, if I remember correctly, had no foundation. So this is one of the old properties that I think it was on some wooden piers or maybe some cinder blocks or something. That building rotted away. We ended up having to tear it down, and I'm glad to see that it's going to be going to someone that will maintain it and not require us to. So we have the declared surplus ordinance. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Wynn.
Aye.
Trustee Gust.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen. Aye. Trustee Wells.
Aye.
And Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, now we have a resolution approving the sale of the surplus real estate as stated at 38903 North Lewis Avenue, the amount of $24,001. Do we have a motion to that effect?
Do you have to do the ordinance first?
We did the ordinance for
okay.
declaring it
Okay,
surplus.
so moved.
Yep.
Second.
Now we have the motion and second discussion. All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Gust.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen. Aye. Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wynn.
Motion carries. All right, moving on, we have an ordinance declaring surplus real estate and authorizing the disposal and sale of surplus real estate, and a resolution will be coming. So this will be the motion to adopt or to declare the surplus real estate and authorizing disposal of said surplus real estate. And again, I was looking for the address.
38419.
38419, yes, North Shore. Do we have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second. You do the motion.
We have a motion by trustee Rose, second by trustee Gust. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen. Aye. Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wynn. And Trustee Gust.
Aye.
All right, and finally, the motion to adopt a resolution approving the sale of surplus real estate at 38419 North Shore Avenue, the amount of $800. Do we have a motion to that effect?
I'll give you that motion.
We have a motion by trustee Jensen. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by trustee Siddick. Okay, now I'm all confused. All right, discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Jensen. Aye. Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wynn.
Aye.
Trustee Gust.
Aye.
And Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, that concludes that. We have no old business on the agenda. Is there any new business for the good of the group? Hearing none, this would be the second and aforementioned final time for citizens wishing to address the board. All we ask is that you come to the podium and give us your name, state your case.
Good evening. Excuse me. My name is Joey Christensen, and I reside at 10116 West California Avenue. And I think we got a bit of a problem. I'm very grateful for everyone to hear this. There is what I believe a Village of Beach Park ordinance violation located at 10111 Wadsworth Road in the Village of Beach Park. The ordinance number is 8.12.180, parking vehicle as a nuisance. The violation is approximately an 18 to 20 foot pontoon boat that has been stored there for approximately 1 year. The boat is parked in the south yard on grass. The ordinance states that it must be parked on a pavement, or it goes into a little bit lengthy discussion on what exactly it needs, but this is in fact parked in the yard, and it's been there for at least a year, maybe longer. I have reported this to the Village of Beach Park approximately 3 months ago. Followed up with phone calls and visits to the town hall, only to be told that the residence has been notified and that they are in the process of removing the boat. When asked when the time frame was given, the only answer that I was given was that code enforcement would be the ones to answer that question. I advised the county personnel that I, nor any of my neighbors, were never given more time nor a time frame in which to remove a violation. My question is this: why is that ordinance not being enforced? Was there an amendment to the ordinance in order to give more time to move or correct the violation? If so, I would like to see that amendment, because I didn't see anything stated in the ordinance that I found online to say that we are now going to give residents more time to take care of the violation because of hardship or whatever. Like I said, this has been here for about a year, if not longer. I've done, I believe, my due diligence on trying to have this removed. This is an eyesore. And I'm not the only neighbor in the neighborhood to recognize this. It's been there for over a year. Nothing's been done to it. It's parked on grass. I've had a vehicle that was parked in the driveway on pavement, and granted, the license plates were expired, and we did a little renovation on the house, and I was ticketed, and I had to move that within like 24 hours, given no time and no warning on it. And I just believe it's fair for one should be fair for all. And I don't think, and we've heard it said many times in the past year or so, nobody's above the law. If you have any questions for me, please let me know.
Thank you. In addition, our Community Development Director,
I've got his card.
Yep, he's here, and he would be the one that would have the current status of tickets or adjudication or pending court cases or whatever that might be going on. The board itself doesn't have that information, but he would have that current information. As long as he's here taking advantage, if you haven't already talked to him, and
I have not spoken to him.
okay.
My question is this: if a member of the village board here, I don't know how long this is going to progress.
Right.
I mean, it's been for a year now, and I have not seen a ticket on it. I don't know if I was told there was a letter sent. I was told there was a ticket that was sent to the residents. But if I was in the position, I would have probably gotten a pretty good fine from that.
One thing, and I appreciate your comments, and obviously we won't have an answer for you right at this moment, but one thing I will tell you when it comes to code enforcement, there are those that will comply. There are those that will address the issue in a timely fashion and remedy it and pay a ticket. If a ticket is issued, most will deal with it. If a warning is issued, most will take care of it. Then there are others who will receive the ticket, go through an adjudication process, and still not deal with the issue at hand. And so sometimes it looks like nothing's happened, And until it gets to a point where court says that the village can take action, can be a painfully slow process.
So I should speak to the gentleman?
Yes.
And he's gonna give me the answer that I'm looking for?
Ideally.
I hope so.
We'll find out. Okay, thank you for coming. Anyone else? Okay. I will then move on. We have no cause tonight for an executive session. So
In that case, Mayor, I'd like to offer a motion to adjourn.
we have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
Is in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all. Larry, thank you very much. We will talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.